Welcome back, everybody, to Unconditional Surrender, the me, myself, and I playthrough of the main event scenario. Game is published by GMT Games, designed by Salvatore Vasta. We're getting ready to go into Western Operations phase of January 1945. The weather is poor in the mild zone, which is the only place we can really do much of anything, because that's where all the units are. As far as the Western Operations phase goes, probably the very first thing they're going to do is go to their faction cards, since they have American surprise attack markers. Definitely going to play one because I can get it right back. It'll be back by May. I might even play one again next turn if I get poor weather, depending on how this works. And I think I'm going to place it on Dusseldorf. That's because it lets me get a +1 on this 19th, a +1 on the para, +1 on the 1st Panzer, +1 on the 7th. So whatever I attack, I have a +1 to. And it would seem I'm going to check something here. And I need to go pick someone up. So I'll be back in just a minute. So I'm back. And get my typer running. Like I said, I'm putting the surprise attack marker here on Dusseldorf. Gives me pluses in lots of different places, depending on what I decide to attack. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this airplane with his sortie marker. I'm going to fly him into Amsterdam. Rotterdam. It's good enough for now. 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to fly him into Rotterdam. Then we're going to take this airplane. Or fly him back to London. And take a sortie. And then we got to do some fancy smancy maneuvering here. Okay, so British activate the 2nd Armored, go 1, 2 along the rail line. The home garrison unit moves into Amsterdam. So that's 3. 3. The American, and they assault officially. They're declaring assault on that hex. The 9th moves here. Officially calls an assault on this hex. The 1st goes 1, 2, 3. And calls an assault there. And the 3rd assaults here as well. Probably should put out some of these. Okay. So that's where we're sitting right now. So I think the first thing I want to do is I want to take on the 1st para here. So, based on my assault markers here. So I have the 3rd Armored. Starts off +1 because he's American, +1 because he's armored. He has 2 armored buddies, so that's +2 for each. And I'm going to go ahead and throw an airplane in. right? So that's +2 for the airplane. And then I would be, the German is +2 because he's German and +1 because he's elite. And then it would be -1 for the weather. Oh, and +1 for the surprise attack marker. Okay, and then I'd be -1 for the weather and -1 for the terrain. So I'd be +7 to +3. If I added that right. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, -2. So it's +7 to +3. And the Americans roll a 1, which is equal to an 8. God almighty. And the Germans, of course, roll an 8, so nothing happened. Massive amounts of output to try and push him back a hex, and it fails. That's horrible. That's such a waste. That's very, very annoying. Okay. I'm going to move the 12th Air Force into where the 1st Armored is. And he'll take a sortie to do that. Then I'm going to move this plane here up there, and he'll take his... God. I can't believe that. Well, that's... Germany's probably going to hold out. I really needed to make a hole here, and I'm not making any kind of holes at all. That would let him go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He would surround it, so I can't let him do that. I really don't have any other attack here. Well, I can try to do that. Then what do I take it with? If I take the hex, I run into the same problem here. Alright, well, let's do the British assault up here. I'll start off with the British unit. So he's +1. And then +1 more because he's armor. And I'm going to play a tanks marker out here so that this guy's armored to be added. So that's another +2. And then I'm going to throw in the airplane, which is another +1. And this surprise attack marker is +1. And that thing down below would have only been +6, not +8, because I added 2 for the airplane and it should have only added 1. Didn't matter rolling a 1, it didn't make a difference. Whether it was a 7 or an 8, it wasn't gonna. Germans were getting away. This German is only +2. Then I am, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and surprise attack marker 6, -1 for the river, -1 for the weather. You can't add any more to it, so British roll 5 + 4 is a 9. Germans roll a 1 + 2 is a 3. 9 to a 3 is a DD. So the Germans are flipped. And then they have to retreat. And God, I don't know what to take it with. I'll take it with the garrison unit because I'm not real sure that this is going to work at all now. Should have probably started with the British to see how that would go before I decided on the others. Oh well. Well, I'm out of ground units up there. I could if I moved like the 7th to take on the 19th, try and push it back with an airplane or whatever, or if I had him take the 20th, I'm leaving myself open to the Germans moving something into 3121 and cutting me off from retreat routes and stuff and possibly causing step losses. And at this point, I can't really afford to lose another unit because of time. It's not that I can't afford to lose units, it's that at this point in the game, I don't have a lot of time to recover them. So losing units for the Western Allies is bad. And at least right now, I don't think I'm going to. The worst I can do is possibly lose this garrison unit, which I don't care too much about them. I have other ones I can bring to the front if I need to. Alright, we'll activate these 3. And this guy. So that's 3 more for the British. Officially assault that Hax. And we'll throw in the American airplane. So we start off as the American as a primary. So he's +1 because he's American, +1 because he's armor. I'll throw my last tank's marker here. For this Russian garrison, that makes him +2. Because armor's +2 in poor weather. And the British are also +2 because they're armor in poor weather. Right? So 1, 2, +2, +2. So that's 6. And then +1 for the airplane. So that's +7. -1 for the other, -1 for the terrain. So, not the greatest. Don't have a whole lot I can really do here. +5 to +2. The Americans roll. 4 + 5 is a 9. Germans roll. 5 + 2 is a 7. I believe a 9 to a 7 is a diamond. So again, nothing happens. The German lines pretty much hold. This bust across the northern Rhine there is not really a bust across. You'll be able to recover it, I'm pretty sure. If I got to push into Aachen, that might have made a difference, but wow. Discombobulated. Oh, tanks go on the turn track. Next turn. And I really don't have anything left there, so go do our thing. This guy does his 2 bombing runs. Goes there, there. And the Americans will do 2 as well. Go there, and there. And the British will do 1. So I get another one. The turn track. And we'll drop it in Frankfurt. Nah, let's go. We'll fly all the way to Berlin just to be annoying. So I got 5 on there now. That means I'll be +7 next turn. Minimum I can get's an 8. That should be good. Okay. Yuck. Yuck. Get supply. Everybody's in supply. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I can put 1 there and 2 on everything else. Okay. Just trying to make sure I've got my sorties covered. All right, that's the Western Operations phase. I'm going to go ahead and try and do the Soviets. Might run a little bit long, but there's not a lot really for the Soviets to do either. Unless... they could try some shenanigans themselves. I guess I will call this. We're going to call this the British turn. So that was the British, Western Allies, January 1945 turn. I had to do supply for them. I'm sorry. That's why this is going to be their turn. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And then down here, it's 2, and 4 more. That's 6. So that's the 6 units here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's 9 units in France at the moment. So everybody's at 4, which means when I get done with doing the reset, everybody be down to 2s. And I'll be able to build the Canadian in Southampton and go ahead and move him over to somewhere. I'll probably drop him in Rotterdam or something, so he's close to the front for next turn. Okay. Yep. I'm pretty sure I got that all right. If I missed something, I will correct it. But I think I got it all correct. That's the Western Allies January 1945 turn. Had a really good attack on Aachen and managed to roll a 1. So even when you're at things like +6 or so, you still can roll a 1. And that will mess you up big time. So we will return with the Soviet turn when we come back for the next video. Start the Soviet operations and do the end of turn phase stuff. I'm Dren608. If you like my videos, please subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. And we will see you in a little bit with the Soviet operations phase.